For our second problem, we have a 3 that is multiplying an absolute value, minus 9 equals 21. Notice that this 3 is actually outside of the absolute value that is multiplying, so it's outside. This negative 9 is also outside of the absolute value. That means that we could move this negative 9 into the other side in order to start leaving the absolute value by itself. So let's move the negative 9 to the other side. So it's subtracting, so we do the opposite, plus 9 to both sides. So negative 9 plus 9 cancels, and I'm left with, bring down the 3 times absolute value of x plus 2 equals, now 21 and 9, they both positive, so that means that they're adding. 21 plus 9 is 30. Now, we need to leave the absolute value by itself, but we have a 3 here that is multiplying this absolute value, and this 3 is outside. Let's get rid of this 3 from the left side and move it into the other side. Notice that it's multiplying, is next to the absolute value. So to get rid of something that is multiplying, we do the opposite, which is division. The opposite of multiplication is division. So we divide both sides by 3. That means that this 3 cancels. So in the left side, I'm left with absolute value of x plus 2 equals, and we do the division here, 30 divided by 3, that will give me a positive 10. Because the 30 is positive and the 3 is positive, and positive divided by positive, it's a positive. Now, we have absolute value equals a positive number. That means that we are good to go. Now, how we solve absolute value? The way we solve absolute value is that we split it into 2 solutions. One solution is going to be with the positive 10, and the other solution is going to be with the negative 10, but this time without the absolute value. So my first setup will be x plus 2 equals the positive 10. And my other solution will be x plus 2 equals negative 10. So we change the sign of 10 into the other solution. So this one, the 10, stay the same in the first one, but then we change the sign of the 10 into the second setup right here. The next step is to solve for x in each case. So for case number 1, we have x plus 2 equals 10. So we need to solve for x, meaning leave the x by itself in the left side. Therefore, I need to move the 2 onto the other side. It is adding, right? So we have to subtract 2 from both sides, which is the opposite. So the 2 minus 2, that cancels, and I'm left with x equals, and then we do the operation here, which is the 10 minus 2, that will give me positive 8. Notice here, we have a positive number and a negative number, so we subtract, and we keep the sign of the bigger number. In this case, my bigger number is 10, so my answer will be positive. So that's one solution. Now, let's jump onto the second case here. Same principle, right? So we solve for x. That means that I need to move that 2 to the other side in order to leave the x by itself. It is adding, so we do the opposite, which is subtract both sides. And again, this cancels with this, and I'm left with x equals. Now notice here, I have a negative 10 and a negative 2. Again, 2 negatives. Add them and keep the negative sign. So that will be 10 plus 2, that will be 12, but keep the negative sign because both are negatives. So that will be my 2 solutions. So x equals 8 and x equals minus 12. For our next problem, we have negative 2 multiplied by absolute value of x plus 6. Notice, plus 6 is outside of the absolute value, as well as negative 2 that is multiplying that absolute value, equals negative 18. Notice that we have a negative here. But let's see first if that when we solve for the absolute value and see if we ended up with a negative number like in the first problem. Let's solve for absolute value. First thing, let's move the 6 onto the other side. So let's minus 6, correct? Because the 6 is adding, so to move it to the other side, we do the opposite. So we subtract 6 both sides. So this 6 with this 6 cancels. So bring down the negative 2 times absolute value of x equals, again, negative 18 minus 6. Both negative. Add them and keep the negative sign. 18 plus 6 will give me 24. And keep the negative sign. Now, I need to solve for the absolute value. This has to be by itself in the left side. That means that I have to move this negative 2 that is multiplying. This doesn't mean that it's subtracting, okay? This minus 2 is in front of 2, but there's nothing here, so automatically it's multiplying. So to get rid of something that is multiplying, we do the opposite, which is divide by that exact number, okay? Don't forget the negative. And we divide by negative 2, both sides. So negative 2 and negative 2 will cancel. So I'm left with absolute value of x equals, now in this case, I'm not adding or subtracting. I am dividing. And in case that you forget, when I divide a negative divided by a negative, my answer will be a positive number. So 24 divided by 2, that will give me 12. And it's going to be a positive 12. Negative divided by negative, positive 12. Now I have absolute value equals positive number. So we're good to go. The next step is to break it down into the two cases. One case will be everything inside the absolute value equals the positive 12. So for the first case, I'm going to have x, which is everything inside the absolute value, there's just x, equals the positive of 12, which is positive, same thing. Now, my second case will be everything inside the absolute value without the absolute value equals the negative of this number, which is going to be minus 12. And this happens to be already solved. X equals some number. In this case, I have x equals 12 and x equals minus 12. And that's going to be our final solution.